All right, so this is a battle report between Undead Legions and Wars of Chaos. I'm doing this battle report to get ready. Well, this particular battle, not this battle report, to get ready for Brawler Bash. It's coming up in April. No, I keep on saying April. March the 14th through the 15th. So it kind of crept up on me really quickly. We didn't know that it was going to start this early, so we're trying to get ready. And this is my first practice game with my list. I'm coming with a unusual list for Baller Bash. I'm coming with a Chaos Lord on a dragon. You see that on the right side, the way I deployed them, everything's on a slant flank. Most of my power is on one side. But I will have a Chaos Dragon with two Chimera, and I bring in Gollarok. He's a special character dragon for Warriors of Chaos, who's also a level 4 wizard. And I got first turn, and I move out like this, bringing everything on the right side, and everything on the left side just sat there. Here's my opponent's army. He has two Terrorgeist. He has a Lord on a bone zombie dragon, a unit of Vargeist. That unit in the middle with the dice, I think that's 30 ghouls, and a necro, one of those wizards, one of those lower level wizards for the vampire counts. Alright, and that was pretty much my turn. I didn't really have a magic phase because all of my magic is out of range. I'm using the lore of Zinch, and I'm using the lore of Metal for my level 2. Galarok is a level 4 of Zinch. He has two heads, and every turn you have to roll to see if he goes crazy and attacks himself. Well, this particular turn he didn't attack himself, but as you can see, I'm moving everything to the right side over here. I'm trying to get around away from his power because his power has a lot of screaming and all that Terrorgeist love. But in his turn, he charges hounds forward into my hounds. I'm going to accept the charge, and I don't know if I have the picture or not, but on the left side, I think he has some Vargeist standing there, and I move my Marauders in such a way where, I didn't really move my Marauders. He ends up pulling his stuff forward and pulling his Terrorgeist forward, and I have to sacrifice the Marauders and the Marauder Horsemen and the Hounds over there. I mean, those things happen with Wars of Chaos. And in my movement phase, I actually also had forgotten to move my Chaos Spawn, which he's just sitting there. Yeah, so that kind of slowed that process down. In the close combat phase with the Hounds, however, my Hounds kill 2, and his Hounds also kill 2. I think that's what happens. And then I lose close combat because of the charge, and they break and they flee. I'm really not too worried about Hounds. In a Chaos Warrior army, the Hounds are usually the most useless points in the game. As you can see here, here's a picture of his Vampire Lord moving forward, and the rest of his stuff kind of moving forward. And that's another picture of the Hounds fleeing. And in my turn, I'm probably going to charge my Chaos Warriors into the flank of his Hounds because his Hounds could actually hurt not the Warriors, the Marauders. I actually have 2 units of 10 Marauders with the mark of Zinch. That Zinch save doesn't come to play at all this entire game on any of my lower level guys. So, yeah, I mean, that's just the way dice are, right? But, yeah, that's going to be my next plan. I'm going to charge him on the flank, his Hounds on the flank, just to get him out of the way. His Terrorgeist was Lord bearing down on my Warriors. I'm kind of scared about that because I don't want his Lord getting involved with my Warriors. And in his turn, his magic phase, he actually calls forth a Vargulf. And he says, would you rather have you stopped me from, because I stopped him from casting and getting Vargeist, and I let him get Vargulf. Like, I'd rather deal with one mass monster than to deal with like 3, because basically that's what you have with 3. I mean, yeah, one of them has regen, but it's a lot easier to go away from 1 than to get away from 3, because 3 have a bigger frontage and they can see more of the field. But here's another view of that. And here's in my turn. Here I go charging into his Hounds. That's going to be quite an easy beatdown for them. My Marauders have flails, so they strength 5, so they should take them out. And there we go, they take them out. And the funniest thing happened during that turn. I had moved Galarok last turn forward, and yeah, and guess what Galarok does? He actually attacks himself, and he does a wound to himself. So that was funny, and I couldn't cast any magic, so that's why that phase took such a short phase, because I didn't have a magic phase. I just had a movement phase and Galarok attacking himself, and no magic phase. And here's a picture of his Terrorgeist pulling forward in front of the Marauders that just killed those hounds. They're going to get screamed to death. They're done. And yeah, here's another picture of them staring down death. They're going to get screamed off the board. I just know it, because he didn't, during this whole game, he didn't roll low on his scream at all, ever. And over on the left, he pulled his fell bats forward, and there's a picture of my flying circus over there. They're not really moving because Galarok can't move, so yeah. And they're trying to protect him. My Chaos Spawn did move forward though, but there's the there's the Terrorgeist screaming away the Marauders. And over here is here's a picture of his Vargolf, and his Vargolf is Terrorgeist screaming off the other Marauders on the other side. Unbeknownst to him, though, when he flew up to scream off those Marauders, he was in charge range of the Warriors, and I was able to make a charge into the side of the Terrorgeist. The Terrorgeist should die to this, but as you will see, he actually does more wounds than I thought he should have done, because Terrorgeist are terrible at actual close combat. And here we go. Here, this is what's my movement on the right side. And I'm trying to bring it. I'm bringing everything into a wall. Like, yep. Beyond this side, you will not pass. Kind of Lord of the Rings thing going there. And here's another picture of them screaming off those. I don't know why that picture's even there, but they're screaming off the Marauder Horsemen. They did that kind of quickly and easily. So yeah. And the reason why I charged that Terrorgeist like that, because I had to get out of the way. His lord was coming back behind my lines, and I had to get those warriors out of there. So I charged them in there, and since they won in close combat, they got to overrun and they ran further away. All right, and then his turn. My plan is when he charges them, and he will, I'm going to flee with those warriors again. I'm not really worried too much about the I think these are zombies over here on the right side. Looks like a bunch of dice, but there's I think there's 25 zombies or something like that. So my plan is to flee the warriors, and in his turn he moves his Fargeist over here. He casts Curse of Years, and it doesn't work on anybody but my wizard, and he takes a wound, which sucks. That was the end of his turn. As you see, I moved my Chimera up on the left, right there beside his skeleton unit, to try to just in case something charges this Exalted Hero. The Exalted Hero probably will hold, and then the Chimera will hit him on the side. And I also moved my other Chimera to the right over with the Chaos Lord. And my plan was to send the Chaos Spawn back there to block the Warriors too. And when I roll to see how far he moves, he rolls an 11 and he way overshoots. So that sucks. And he's in the way of getting the Exalted Hero to get charged. So it kind of blows, because now my plan just went awry there. I still have another plan though. I want my Chaos Lord to attack his guy on the dragon. He's going to charge the dragon into the warriors. I flee. Then he charges the zombies into the warriors, and then they flee again and end up back behind the Chimera, like you see there. Everybody makes their panic test, and everybody's cool. He charges his Morghast into the Chaos Spawn, and once he did that, I marked that Chaos Spawn as dead. I mean, there ain't no way, right? He's only got 3 wounds. He should go down to 2 Morghasts, right? Well, anyway, once he charged his Lord forward, and the Chaos Warriors fled, it actually opened up the charge for the Chaos Lord to charging his Lord, and a bunch of other charges that happened for me. And in his shooting phase, he screams off a Chimera. He does just enough wounds to kill the Chimera. He does 4 wounds. Chimera fails 4 of his regens. That sucked. But anyway, I still got the charge that I wanted, so that's good. I'm thinking I'm going to charge the Exalted Hero into I think I missed that one. No, I haven't charged yet. Okay, the Chaos Lord is going to try to make a charge. He ends up making an 11. Rolls a 12 or something like that to charge. So he makes it into his Chaos Lord. My BSB charged into his Vargeist, and so does the Chimera. So that should seal that Vargas unit's fate. In the challenge, the Chaos Lord actually beats the Vampire Lord. The Vampire does 3 wounds to him. The Chaos Lord did a bunch of wounds because I used pretty much every breath weapon that I had except for 1. And the Exalted Hero and the Chimera beat down the Vargeist. And I didn't even realize this, but this was coming down to the bottom. Well, this is the bottom of turn 6 when all this happened. And yeah. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, all right, the next thing I want to do, and after his turn is over, because this is bottom 5, the next thing I'm going to do is, bottom 5. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to charge my Chaos Exalted Hero into his guy, but I didn't realize that was actually the bottom of turn 6, and so I couldn't get my vengeance on the rest of his army, and the game ends like this. When we did the game, when we finished the game, it was thought that he won, but I think it was more like a draw. But you don't really get draws and wins in the Carnage system. It's just about what you kill. What happened is I ended up killing his lord, and so you kill somebody's lord, that's 100 extra victory points, and he's bringing a Legion's army, so he's already given away 200 points. The difference between the game, me and his game, was about 280 points, and so if you factor in the Chaos Lord killing the Vampire Lord and getting an extra 100 points, and also the 200 points that he gives up, it's either a slight points. I got slightly more points than he did, or it's a tie. So, and we realized something when we were doing the battle report, we were doing the battle, that this is not really a good test for either of our armies for the Brawler Bash, because we are both running unconventional army builds. But it was still a fun game, and maybe next time I actually get magic to work. So if you like what you see, subscribe and comment.